Hey y'all, it's me, Jake, and I just pulled up to a spot that I love and hate. I'm on the Beach Boulevard Bridge in Jacksonville, Florida. Why the heck am I here? I'm here because I really like to hike in the mountains, and I'm living in the flatland. The maximum height in the city of Jacksonville, the highest elevation is 94 feet. There are no mountains here. There are no mountains for hours around. So in order to get a little bit of elevation and get a little bit of that hiking training, what I did to prepare to hike the Appalachian Trail in 2022 was walk up and down this bridge every Saturday for 5 or 6 hours. I just want to get a little bit of a taste of that. I'm looking for ways to push my cardio, looking for things to add in as I try to gain a little bit of strength and maybe, if I'm lucky, lean out just a little bit to look good for the homies. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna walk up and down this bridge a whole bunch of times. If you are also a flatlander, if you're also a flatlander and you live somewhere with no mountains, find a way, find a stairwell, find a treadmill with an incline, find a bridge. I like bridges because I get to be outside. Find something, find anything, right? Poor training is going to serve you a whole lot better than no training. So yes, the best thing you can do to get into hiking shape is hike. The only thing that's going to prepare you to climb mountains is climbing mountains, but we are going to substitute that for molehills, or in this case, a bridge. We're going to do what we can. All right. So I've got my pack right here. This is a good old Osprey Ether. It's a 70-liter +5 backpack. I've got 3 liters in the Camelback right now, and inside of this are 2 20-pound bags of Royal Basmati rice. The reason that I'm not bringing the ULA Circuit, which is the backpack that I hiked the AT with, is one, that bag has been through thousands of miles of abuse, and 2, it's not designed to carry the 40 pounds, the 45 pounds that I've got in it right now. It tops out at around 35. So I'm gonna go extra heavy just because I'm not doing a lot of elevation, so I'm gonna carry an extra beefy. Basically, all I'm doing today is I'm just gonna walk up and down this bridge a whole bunch of times and maybe listen to some music. When you don't have anywhere to train, you train where you can. And this is what we have. That's really all there is to it. Just up and down and up and down and up and down. If it feels monotonous and boring, good. Because most of the mountains, specifically in the Appalachia, are gonna feel a little bit monotonous when you've done 1,000 miles and waking up at 6 in the morning in the woods to scarf down a packet of lukewarm oatmeal and hike 30 freaking miles. It's gonna get pretty monotonous. So training your brain to handle that level of boring and that level of monotony is super, super crucial. So if you look, that's where I was crossing. It's really not much of anything, but it's enough to give you a little bit of a taste of an incline, right? And the theme of this is, if you're a flatlander, something is better than nothing. So we're just out here doing it. One of the major benefits of getting out with a load on your back is the sort of mental callus that you get. A through hike, a long distance hike, everybody talks about how much it's mental. They're not lying to you. It's your ability to get up every single day and do something whether you want to or not. And that's literally putting one foot in front of the other. Every metaphor that talks about monotony, slow, steady, consistent progress, they talk about journeys, and they talk about climbing mountains. All those truisms about mindset They apply at their most purest form to hiking. Right now, I may not be climbing some really difficult mountain, but I'm getting my back muscles used to the feeling of carrying a heavy pack. I'm getting my feet used to the feeling of hitting concrete, asphalt, flat asphalt, killer on your feet. But this is going to reveal the weak points in your shoes and some of the sensitivities in your feet. Don't overdo this. I don't want to do 30 miles of road walking today, but it's going to allow my body to get used to the impact of road walking, which is some of the most painful hiking that a hiker will encounter. It'll get me used to being out in the heat. It'll get me used to being thirsty. It'll get my brain used to the 1-2 movement of hiking up a trail. And yeah, I don't have rocks and roots and varying grade to look out for and trip me up. But again, something is better than nothing. In the absence of perfection, we take progress. People are gonna think you're a weirdo. They're not gonna understand what you're doing. I get confused for a homeless guy sometimes. People don't get it. But who cares? Because if you want to take that long walk and you want it to suck less, you're gonna have to stop caring about what other people think. Because making somebody else proud of you, making somebody else understand you, making someone like you, when you're almost out of water and it's 95 degrees and you're in Virginia trying to crush a 25-mile-an-hour day, a 25-mile day, your body doesn't give a shit what anybody else thinks of you. It's about what you think of you. So I went underneath the bridge to get away from the road noise, because the road noise is crazy. But there's no incline down there at all. So it's pretty useless training. I'm not gonna do that anymore. So maybe we'll talk when it's quieter. So we are about 1 hour in, and I'm bumping up against the unfortunate reality that I'm in an urban setting. And unlike a real trail, I cannot just pee anywhere I want. So I've got to go underneath the bridge to get on the other side that way, and then cross back over the river to my vehicle, drive it back to my house, just so that I can pee. This last little jaunt here is going to be with some urgency. Just made it back to the house. Was only gone for about an hour and 15 minutes, which is not nearly the amount of time that I would be spending on any kind of strenuous hike. But one, I had to use the bathroom, and two, started to feel some twinges down here in this hip, which has bothered me before. So I know that that's an area that's obviously still got some weakness, still needs to be repaired. I didn't want to push it for another hour and end up with an overuse injury. I'm not saying that the first time something hurts, you need to stop. But if something is persistently hurting, or if it's an issue that you've dealt with before around sort of an injury, definitely take it easy when you're starting. We want to build up strength. We don't want to injure anything. So, make it work, give it a little bit of that blood flow. And then I'm going to figure out how to do some programming to try to address whatever that issue is that's leading to that imbalance or that pain on that part of my hip. So that's everything that I would recommend for a flatlander training to hike a long trail. Just get out there and find any kind of incline and hike it with load as much as you can. If you're like me and you like to weight train, let that experience inform your weight training, right? So I've got that twinge in my hip, I'm gonna develop strengthening processes around that. I'm gonna develop things to address that. But let hiking sort of be the main thing. And if you're like me and you can't get out and go hike mountains, just find something. And hiking, as I've said, is a huge metaphor for life. So please don't let the optimal or the perfect be the enemy of good in hiking or in your life. Find the closest thing, even if it's pretty far. Again, like I said, we're after progress, not perfection. Go find a bridge, go find a stairwell, put some weight on your back, and get walking. Peace.